The following is a preview of Episode 11, Neanderthal Extinction. To listen to the full episode, visit patreon.com/ourprehistory or click the link in the description of this episode. For $3 a month, you become a patron of the show and gain access to the full catalog of episodes. Patrons also unlock maps and timelines, specially designed to accompany each episode. Today, we begin the Upper Paleolithic series not with its cultural peak, but with a period of transition, as Homo sapiens arrived in Europe and Neanderthals permanently disappeared. The archaeology of this crucial period, from 48,000 to 40,000 years ago, gives us a glimpse into the process by which one hominin species replaced another. Similar replacements took place in other parts of Eurasia during the expansion of Homo sapiens, but we have little information about the disappearance of Denisovans and Homo floresiensis. On the other hand, in Europe, we can describe in some detail the movements and lifeways of the first Homo sapiens colonists and the last Neanderthals. This information helps us understand the nature of encounters between two intelligent species and the advantages that Homo sapiens had over the stout indigenous Europeans. The replacement of Neanderthals by Homo sapiens was not quick or overwhelming. Instead, the advancement of our species was sporadic and uneven, taking thousands of years to colonize the entire continent. The first incursions of Homo sapiens into Europe were geographically limited. We learned about two of these in a previous episode. First, the Neronians, who made tiny triangular points, reached southern France around 54,000 years ago. But this occupation by Homo sapiens was temporary, and Neanderthals reoccupied the Rhone Valley after their disappearance. Several thousand years later, another migration of our species entered Europe, this time carrying the Upper Paleolithic package of long blades, bone tools, and personal ornaments. Around 48,000 years ago, they moved into southeastern Europe, near the lower Danube River, and continued 1,000 kilometers further northwest until they reached what is today the Czech Republic. Archaeologists refer to the culture of these people as the initial Upper Paleolithic. Once again, these Homo sapiens bands were limited to small areas of Eastern Europe. For thousands of years after the intermittent advancements of the Neronian and initial Upper Paleolithic, Neanderthals continued to inhabit large portions of the continent. Their numbers would only significantly decline around 40,000 years ago. The long duration of the transition from Neanderthal to Homo sapiens dominance leads to one important conclusion. Whatever advantages Homo sapiens possessed over Neanderthals, whether biological or cultural, they were not immediately decisive. This is not surprising, given that Homo sapiens foragers moving into Europe were quite similar to Neanderthals. They followed comparable lifeways, primarily hunting large herbivores and collecting plant food. Even if the tools they used were slightly different, the technological gap between these two species was much smaller than that between farmers and hunter-gatherers who would cross paths much later. This similarity prevented Homo sapiens from quickly overpowering Neanderthals. Only after 15,000 years of trying to move westward would Homo sapiens become the sole hominin species in Europe.